Good morning everyone. I am S. Podmani, Assistant Professor from CSE Department. Today's topic is Introduction to Web Technology. The Introduction to Web Technology covers Internet principles and basic web concepts. In Internet principles, what is meant by Internet, origin of Internet, ISP, Internet Service Provider, and URL, Universal Resource Locator is going to cover. Then in basic web concepts, Internet servers, www, World Wide Web, elements of www, and intranet is going to cover. Internet principle. Internet is a system which provides the communication between computers all around the world. Shortly telling, this is a network of networks which connects all the systems in the entire world. What is an internet? It is a network. By using this network, we are going to share our information. We can connect our systems and we can share our information. It's a loose organization. It's not a single entity or an organization. Not a single entity or an organization can able to control this internet. The people can join up and participate in the internet. But some minor rules are formed for the communication purpose, what type of protocol we are using, what are the different languages we are going to support, that are all managed by the IAB and IETF groups. IAB is Internet Architecture Board and IETF is Internet Engineering Task Force. So these are the groups are used for managing the rules and regulations of the internet. It's a relaxing place. We can share our information, we can post the message, we can receive the message from our friend circle or family circle, we can share our own thoughts, and it's a business tool. It's a backbone for all the online businesses. It's a great vehicle for national and international business communication. And it's a mailbox. Electronic mail or email is the most frequently used service of the internet. Each and everyone in the internet world has a separate unique email ID. It's an information pool. Mountains of information are available in the internet world. Suppose you need any information, just go to access the internet, browse the uh, browse the internet and then get the information. It's a living thing. It's growing its own way. Origin of Internet. At the year of 1960, US Defense Department developed a project for scientists and engineers. The name of the project was ARPANET Project, Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Then it was taken over by the NFS-NET, that is National Science Foundation, which was used by the military and research people only. Then, at the year of 1980, it was released for the public purpose, and www was introduced at the year of 1989. Then it provides a combination of email, web services, and online chat services at the year of 1990. Internet terms. So these are the terms we are used in the internet world. First term is host. Host is nothing but each and every system connected in the internet is named as host. It may be a mobile or it may be a laptop or a PC. Whatever all the devices are connected with the internet is named as host. Then the connection is provided with the help of a wired connection and also wireless connection. Wired connection means we can use fiber optic cables or normal telephone modems like that, and wireless means we are using satellite communication. Then these are the popular devices we are using in the internet. First one is a repeater, which is going to regenerate the signals. This is worked in the physical layer. The next one, router or router, which provides the best optimal path for the data packets. That is, switch the routes of the data packets based on their IP addresses. This router is worked in the network layer. Then bridges, which interconnect two different LANs. The LANs are working on the same protocol. This is worked in the data link layer. Then gateways, which is going to connect the two different networks, which contains two different networking models also. This is also worked in the network layer. Then this diagram explains the classes of IP address, Internet Protocol address. Each and every system connect with the Internet is automatically assigned to a IP address. A unique IP address will be assigned for all the systems connected in the Internet. So the IP is nothing but Internet Protocol address. So there are five different classes are there. Class A to Class E is available. The IP address ranges are 0 to 255. So the classes are differentiate with the net ID and also host ID. So the IP address is mentioned with the help of the 4 bytes. The class A, which contains the net ID and also host ID. The net ID is specified by the byte 1, and second byte to fourth bytes specify the host ID. And class B, the first two bytes are specify the net ID, and the next third and fourth byte is specify the host ID. And class C, first three bytes are represent the net ID, and the last byte represent the host ID. Then class D, all the bytes are going to specify the multicast address, means destination, different destinations. And class E, which is reserved for the future purpose. Then ISP, Internet Service Provider. It's a private organization which provides the internet services and other related services to the users. So there are different connection types are available. It may be connected with the ISDN, that is Integrated Services Digital Network, or we can use a cable modem, or we can use a dial-up telephone modem, or PPP, point-to-point dial-up connection also. So in ISDN and cable modem, this is somewhat fast compared to the dial-up telephone modems. In the dial-up telephone modems, we need to dial a phone, and we are going to establish the connection first. Then we are accessing the internet with the help of the username and password. That username and password, already we should register the username and password in the internet service provider. Then we are going to access the internet. After browsing the data, after accessing the internet services, we need to disconnect that. Then we can disconnect from the dial-up telephone modem. In ISDN and cable modem, this is somewhat fast compared to the dial-up telephone modem, 40 to 100 times fast. Fast means we can easily downloading any data from the internet with the help of the ISDN and cable modem. The downloading time is very very small compared to the dial-up telephone modem. Then after accessing the internet, we can browse anything, we can read our email inbox, and we can access any internet services also. Then this is a small diagram which is specify the ISP services. So ISP provide the internet service provider provide the internet, and this internet is used by the government, home, and also large corporations and business process, I mean small businesses and educational institutions also. So this is a smaller diagram represent the ISP services. Then the next topic is URL, Uniform Resource Locator or Universal Resource Locator. For example, http colon double slash www.google.com slash index.html. This is an example for URL. So the URL contains four parts. First parts represent the protocol. Here we are using HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is the request response protocol. The web client going to send the request to the web server. The web server is going to process the request and send the response to the client with the help of the HTTP protocol. Then www, this is a World Wide Web. Then Google, this is a secondary level domain which specifies the name of the website. Google is the domain name here. And .com, which mentioned as the top level domain. .com means commercial. And index.html, this represents the home page of the google.com. Not only Google's home page, for all the websites, if you are using index.html means automatically we will navigate to the home page of the particular website. This is a default home page for all the website. Then domain name and description. There is a small pictorial representation. This dot will be act like a root domain for us, and this is a sample top level domains are available here, and these are the sample secondary level domains are available. So the next table provides the sample domain names and also description. So the .com specify the commercial organization. .net means ISPs, internet service providers, otherwise other network related companies are represented with the help of the .net. And .mil strictly used for the military purpose. Then .edu used by the educational institution. .web used for the web-based companies. .tv provides the television channel information. Then .information is the information site. Then .org indicate the non-commercial organization. .gov indicate the government agencies. .in indicate the India. The two letters are generally represent the countries. So .in indicate India. .au means Australia. .us means United States. .ca means Canada. .uk means United Kingdom, etc. The next topic and basic web concepts. So first topic in the basic web concept is internet server. So what is meant by internet server? What are the different type of internet servers are available? And what about WW? What are the elements? What are the web languages? What are the web browsers? And what are the web pages are supported by the WWW? And finally, what is intranet? These are all covered in the basic web concepts. Internet servers. So first one is the internet server. This server is going to handle billions of requests at the same time. So it contains a server software to handle different client requests. The type of the internet server is first one mail server, second one web server, third one FTP server, fourth one news server, and fifth one is DNS server. These are the types of the internet servers. So the first one, mail server, which is going to manages incoming and outgoing emails. For manages this one, we are going to use two different type of protocol. First one is the POP, Post Office Protocol. Otherwise, we can use POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3. This protocol is going to deal with the incoming mails. Then SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, which is going to manage the outgoing mails of the mail clients. Mail clients are nothing but which is going to send the mail to the other users like Outlook Express, like that. Then web server. Web server is used to store all the web application. Web applications are nothing but which contains the collection of web pages. So the web pages contains the information about a particular product or the particular organization, like that. So the web server is going to process the request. The request was sent by the client. Client will use the browsers, web browser, and then send the request to the web server. So we can simply tell us web browser and web client both are same, like here. Then response. After processing the request, the web server is going to send the response to the web client. Example web servers are IIS, Internet Information Server. This is specially designed for the Windows operating system, and PWS, Personal Web Server. This is also suitable for the Windows operating system, and Tomcat suitable for other operating systems also, Linux or Unix, like that also. Then types of internet server. The next type is FTP, file transfer protocol server. This file transfer protocol server is used to store all the different type of files. It's going to store the files and transfer the files. When the user or the client is going to send the a request to the FTP server, automatically that particular file will be sent to the client. So that are all deal by the FTP server here. The new server, which is going to publish the news only. So this news server uses the Usenet news group article to read the news and also distribute the news to others. Then DNS servers. Generally, the servers are going to deal with the IP addresses only. It's very hard to remember all the IP addresses of the different devices. So we are going to use the domain names. So when I use www.google.com means automatically what will happen? What is the IP address of the Google, that will be automatically converted with the help of the DNS server. So the domain name system server is going to convert the domain name to IP address. Then the IP address is processed. www World Wide Web. This is a service provided by the internet. This is a wide range of communication system. Then at the year of 1989, Tim Berners-Lee provide a different communication system to enable the document communication between the researchers. And in the year of 1993, Mark Anderson and some students are developed the first graphical web browser, world's first graphical web browser named Mosaic. Then at the year of 1994, Netscape was introduced, and at the year of 1994, the same year, W3C organization was introduced. There is www consortium.org, which is going to standardize the web related technologies. And the basic web language we are using is HTML, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Sorry, HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Elements of www. So it contains different type of softwares, different type of hardwares, and also protocol. Basically we are using client server model only. So the web client going to send the request and the web server is going to process the request, and then the web server is storing the information and retrieving the information and also distribute the information to the different web clients. Then web languages. So the web client and the web servers are running in the different places of the world and running with the different operating system and the different softwares and also different hardwares and various type of protocols. So we need a well-defined set of languages and protocols to provide the communication between the web client and also web server. So these are the popularly supported web languages. It is HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, and XML, Extensible Markup Language, and .NET, which support VB.NET, ASP.NET, C#.NET, etc., and ASP, Active Server Pages, and also scripting languages like our VB script and JavaScript and JScript. Along with the HTML tag, we can easily use this VB script or JavaScript. Then different type of protocols also supported here. First one is the HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is going to provide the hypermedia files for us, and FTP, File Transfer Protocol, and TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, which is a connection-oriented protocol. Before transfer the data or before send the information, TCP first establish the connection between the sender and the receiver. Then only the information will be transferred with the help of the TCP. And UDP, user datagram packet. This is a connectionless protocol, fast compared to the other protocol. Then IP, Internet Protocol. This is a backbone for TCP and also UDP. ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, which is going to convert the IP address to MAC address. MAC address means Machine Access Control address that is specified by the data link layer address. So this ARP, address resolution protocol, is used to convert the IP address to MAC address. A reverse address resolution protocol means it is going to do the reverse operation of the ARP. So it's going to convert the MAC address to IP address. The next one, web pages. Web pages are usually contains the information about the particular product or the particular organization. So, for example, we are using our university's result page here. So, www.bharatunion.ac.in/result means when I enter this URL in my address bar, automatically what will happen? It will navigate or redirect to the result page of our university. So, it will ask your a registered name and also date of birth. When you submit the proper detail, automatically it will provide the current semester result for you. Suppose you are providing any invalid data, means automatically it will pop up a message like invalid data. Then home page. So as you shall already we told like that, the default home page for each and every website or web page is index.html. So here also www.bharatinium.ac.in/index.html is named as the home page. Then web browser. Web browser is a software tool which is going to communicate with the web server. This web browser should support images, videos, audios, and also 3D images in our website. For example, we can use IE Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Opera, etc. Then website. Website is a collection of web pages which also contains the information. The website can able to act like a portal or a web guide or also search engines. So portal is nothing but which is going to provide the free services with the browsers, like any advertisement or any news are available in the particular website. Example, Yahoo and then Ready.com or Google.com, which provides some additional services with the browser. Then web guides are nothing but which is going to provide categories and subcategories about the particular website, so the user can easily navigate from one category to another category and he can easily access the information about the particular website. Then search engines. Search engines are nothing but which is going to maintain a particular database. These search engines are act like a information provider. Example search engines are Google or Yahoo or Alta Vista, etc. So there are two different type of search engines are available. First one is web crawler or software agent. Web crawler or software agent is used to transfer the web and find the information. Suppose a user send any information like that, web technology means what will happen? The web crawler or the software agent is going to searches the pages of the termed web technology and provide all the information. Lot of websites are open are displayed in the particular search engine. So we are using two different methods for that. First one is the depth first search, second one is the breadth first search. Depth first search means what is a keyword is entered by the user, that particular keyword will be a link and then the pages will be open. Breadth first search means it will provide the all the different type of messages related to the keywords and it will be displayed in the search engine. Then registration. Registration means suppose I want my web page should be open in the particular website, means I need to register my web page with the help of the keywords in the particular search engine. So after registration only the particular search engine will retrieve our web page for the other users. Then another one type of search engine is there, that is named as a meta search engine. So meta search engine is suppose the what is the needed information, that information is not available in our search engine, means it will search the same information in another search engine also. What is the major aim of the meta search engine? 100% retrieving the data of the data for the user. That is the main goal of the meta search engine. So automatically the information is not available means automatically it will search the information in the another search engine also. For example, all for one, meta crawler, etc. Then, what are the related technologies are available in the www means first one is the push technology. So the availability of the information is growing in multi-dimension. So whenever you are typing the keyword in the URL, automatically it will provide the relevant information in the particular website. So this is named as a push technology. Then we can use the information filters also. So it will automatically store the information from the available information base or database. Then clipping services. This is mostly used for advertisement purpose of the particular product or the particular company. So automatic clipping is available in the particular website. Then web authoring or web design. So this is based on the what you see is what you get method. So most of the web design tools are Microsoft Front Page, Visual Interview or Netscape Composer, etc. Then the next topic is intranet. Intranet is the private network. The alternate name for the intranet is intranet webs. So this is a private network which is going to access the information within the particular organization only. Here we are not going to such as HTTP. We are using only TCP/IP. So TCP/IP is nothing but transmission control protocol. Along with the IP, we are going to use that. As we said already, TCP is the connection oriented protocol. So whenever you need a connection between the different services, automatically we need to form a virtual circuit between the sender and receiver, and we are going to transfer the information. And in TCP, we are maintaining sequence number also. So when the data is divided into number of packets, automatically it will be reordered in the receiver side easily with the help of the sequence number. And in TCP, it will support the acknowledgement also. So after acknowledging the first packet, after receiving the first data, the receiver send the acknowledgement to the sender. So easily we can identify if there is any packet is missed or not. So these are the advantages of the TCP. So this intranet is connected with a different type of web servers, different web clients and mail servers and mail clients also. And the same technology, that is intranet, can able to establish the technologies for a local area network, that is LAN, and also wide area network. And many modern intranets have a search engines also. They have the user profiles, blogs and mobile apps with notification and events planning within their infrastructure. Thank you.